What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing an update review on the Sony HX80. I did a review on this camera about 7 or 8 months ago, and I just wanted to let you guys know how it's going. But before we get into that, I'd love for you guys to hit that subscribe button and show my channel a little bit of love. So today we are talking about the Sony HX80. All right, and in the last review, we compared it to the Canon G7X. The shooting functions are the same. They shoot in 60 frames per second, 1080p, and 30 frames per second. Sensor-wise, the Canon G7X seems to outperform the Sony cam. I've noticed that when I'm shooting with this, I get a little bit of noise in low light situations. But the biggest thing that you want to remember is if you're shooting in low light and you have to boost that ISO to like a really high number, then you're gonna get noise. And it doesn't matter if you're using this or if you're using the G7X or if you're using this big guy right here, all right? It does not matter. Once you start climbing the ladder on the ISO numbers, you're going to get noise. There is no doubt about it. That's just how cameras work. 80 is the lowest ISO that you can go on this camera, and I suggest trying to make that a goal. If you can get down to 80 ISO on this camera and then adjust with your shutter speed and your aperture, then you can figure something out. You have some wiggle room to figure something out. But this is a pretty great camera, and honestly, like, the reason I bought it is because I'm always riding a skateboard or something like that, and it's a pretty dangerous place to have electronics in the first place. Would I rather drop a $350 camera or drop a couple $1,000s worth of a camera equipment? I'm gonna drop this guy. I'd rather drop this guy. I can replace this. It might sting a little bit. 350 bucks is still, it's a good bit of money. But to replace this is easy. Let's just talk about usability. This guy right here fits into a little pouch that I have on the side of me at all times. It's super easy. I barely even recognize that it's there. It's light, and even if I didn't have the pouch, I could just like toss this thing in my pocket. No big deal. This guy is humongous. It's cumbersome. The way that it's set up doesn't fit into a bag unless you disassemble. If you want to take it out and hurry up and film something, then you've got to put the microphone on and a lens and let's talk about the weight. This thing weighs less than a pound, all right? It's very nice. It's very handy, all right? Very small. This guy right here, I just took this picture right here. This thing weighs 4.5 pounds, all right? 4.5 pounds. So think about it. You're out riding your electric skateboard or you're out doing something and you're standing there holding this thing, for a 20-minute ride, 30-minute ride. It's not about like how strong you are or anything like that. I mean, endurance-wise, 4.5 pounds gets pretty heavy. This guy, it doesn't get heavy. It's basically just the weight of your arm at that point. Because this is nothing. Would I replace this camera with this camera? Absolutely not. Never in a million years. This is more of a professional grade camera. I use this for my photography business. I use this for my video business. This guy is just handy, and it takes very nice pictures and captures pretty great video in optimal settings. There are a few different modes that you can shoot video on this HX80. You can capture an MP4, or you can go into AVC HD, which records a much larger file. The bitrate of the AVC HD on this camera is 50 megabytes, okay? MP4, I'm not even sure. It's very small, and that can also affect your quality. So if you're pumping out like nice big files like the AVC HD, that's great. You're shooting at maximum quality. So I would recommend that. That's what I do. There are a few modifications that I've made to this camera only because audio wasn't very desirable, okay? So the microphones are right there underneath these little fuzzy things that I put on there. All right, so all I did was just got some over covers and I went ahead and just slapped them right over top of the mics. All right, it doesn't interfere with anything. Screen still comes up. So I just leave those on there, and this really cuts down on the wind noise. It is excellent. If you guys want to dive deeper into the settings of this camera, then check out the link below. It's jordanhauser.com. That's my new website that I just released. You can go into the downloads tab, and from there you'll find an ebook that I wrote based on this camera here, the Sony HX80, and it goes deep into the settings and tells you how to get your camera set up, what the optimal settings are for recording video, and there's even some like bonus material in there, guides as far as like lighting with natural light and lighting with studio light, and you know, how to set all that up. You want to shoot the best quality that you possibly can and just maximize the shit out of this camera. It's $350, and you could end up shooting something that looks like it came from a camera like this if you just use the correct settings. So if you do have this camera, let me know what you guys think, and if you're really kind of confused about the settings, go ahead and visit my site. It's jordanhauser.com, and in the downloads tab is where you're going to find the ebook that dives into the video settings on this Sony HX80. And like I said, you can download it for $8. It's not breaking the bank, but it is making it worth my time. Thank you guys for subscribing. I hope that you enjoy the sample footage that comes along with this video. Judging by all the comments on my last video, everybody wants to know how to get the best quality out of this camera, because I constantly, every single day get questions about, you know, why doesn't my footage look like yours? Why is my footage so noisy and yours is not? How do you shoot this video? Why is mine so different than yours? Go into that ebook, take a look at it, and you will be shooting video at top quality. I promise you that. And if you have any questions, get at me. Thanks a lot for watching. Hit that subscribe button on the way out.